Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Kratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ratavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavatveshini. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna, the ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. So today we are on our last reading of the 29th Shloka of the Sannyasa Yoga, the 5th Adhyaya of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and Sri Krishna has elaborately explained to us what is meant by Sannyasa, what is meant by actually giving up, not giving up the work. No, giving up the work is not in the dictionary of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna never tells us you give up the work and go to the forest and start doing japa, meditation, and start the process of liberation, seeking liberation. Sri Krishna says, liberation you will get right here in this body if you get rid of your attachment to the karma. That's the sannyasa. And all along in this 5th adhyaya, he had told us, he has taught us that how to get rid of this attachment, how to understand. First of all, he has even taught us how we get into action. There are sense objects outside. There are sense organs available with us in the body, in the form of body, mind, and intellect. And then there is that magician, that the cunning fellow, our mind. Mind starts putting these two across each other. He's a matchmaker of the sense objects and the sense organs. And then the mind, the senses, they start playing the tricks and we get into action, and that we get into action seeking pleasure out of it. But like Sri Krishna has told us, pleasure never, it is never, pleasure comes alone. There is in its womb, it also carries the pain. Every joy carries sorrow in its womb. Every happiness carries unhappiness in its womb. And we fools, we think we are going to enjoy this thing, going to enjoy the happiness. Ultimately, we also meet face to face with the pain, with the displeasure, with the unhappiness, with the sorrow, and with all those negative feelings. And then Sri Krishna again and again tells us, go beyond this pair of opposites. Don't get attached to what you are doing. Do whatever you are doing as it is the Lord's work. All these sacrifices that we are doing, consider all the activities you are doing as the sacrifices. By the term yajña, Krishna doesn't refer to all that, the actual process of doing, offering oblations and fire in that fire and all that. That is okay. That is the yajna which used to be done for certain reasons in those time frames. But Sri Krishna says every activity we do, it is a yajna. And Who is the owner of this yajna? It is the Lord. So you are not doing anything. Whatever activity we are doing, we are not doing any activity. We are just instruments in the hands of the Lord. The way Lord makes us do it, we are doing it. We want to take the credit if anything goes right. We never lose an opportunity of bragging ourselves. I have completed this project on time. Because of my work, we have got so many good results. We don't say it is the Lord's work. But when the projects go failure, then all the blame is put on the Lord. Then we don't say it is my fault. Then we don't say, oh, because of my mistake, we have got into trouble. No, we say, Lord didn't take care of it. We are so conveniently putting the ownership of activity. When it is successful, ownership is ours. But when it is a failure, ownership is Lord's. So, Lord says, don't play like that. Don't be childish like that. I'm the owner of all the activities that you are doing, and you do all our activities in that spirit, in that understanding. So that is what Sri Krishna has told us all across in this fifth adhyaya of the Sannyasa Yoga. Let us see what is the concluding shloka, concluding verse of this Sannyasa Yoga, what Sri Krishna has to tell us. भोक्तारं यज्ञ-तपसां सर्व-लोक-माहेश्वरं सुहृदं सर्व-भूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति. भोक्तारं यज्ञ-tapasāṁ. Bhoktāraṁ is the enjoyer. Who is the enjoyer of all this yajna and tapasa? Yajna is the sacrifices, for that matter, all the activities that we do. Tapasāṁ, the austerities, the, the ascetic activities that we do for seeking the liberation. All the yajnas, all the activities, all the renunciations, all the tapasa that we do. Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ sarva-loka-maheśhvaram. Who is the bhoktāraṁ? Who is the ultimate enjoyer of all these activities and austerities? Me, Sri Krishna says. I am the ultimate enjoyer of all these sacrifices and the austerities that people are performing. It is not that they are enjoyers. Ultimately, all the results, all the actions of these fruits, all the fruits of these actions, they are controlled by me. I am the ultimate of all these activities and austerities that various sadhakas, these spiritual aspirants, they are performing. And sarva-loka-maheśhvaram. I am the Lord of all the worlds, not only this earth. We feel only this earth is the world, or our galaxy is the world. There are worlds beyond, there are universes beyond. And Sri Krishna says, I am the sarva-loka-maheśhvaram. I am the greatest Lord of all these worlds, all these universes, all these creations that have come into being, that are being projected by the Brahman as Prakriti. Where it is beginning, where is it end? Nobody knows. And I am the ruler of that. I am the greatest of the rulers of all these universes. suhṛidaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ. suhṛidaṁ, the closest of the friends, the nearest and dearest of the friends. suhṛidaṁ, closest to the heart. I am that one, the closest friend of sarva-bhūtānāṁ. Not only one or two fellows in this world, sarva-bhūtānāṁ, all the beings. I am their greatest friend. Under the ignorance, under that veil of delusion, people fail to recognize me as their true friend. That is a different matter. But to me, all beings are my own. All beings are I am the nearest and dearest ones to all the beings that are in this creation. So that is what happens. So Sri Krishna is saying, suhṛidaṁ, sarva-bhūtānāṁ. I am the nearest and dearest to all the beings. Sarva-bhūtānāṁ. Like again and again, whenever Sri Krishna uses the term suhṛidaṁ, sarva-bhūtānāṁ or sarva-bhūtānāṁ, we should love all the beings. I am always reminded of our Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi's words, Sri Shima's words. No one is a stranger, my child. The whole world is your own. Don't limit yourself to your near and dear ones only, me, my family, my friends. That is not the end of the world. The whole world is your own. And Sri Krishna again and again tells that let us have this bonding, let us have this love, let us have this concern for all the beings of the world. Sarva-bhūtānāṁ hite-rata. He had told us a few shloka earlier, and today again Sri Krishna is saying, suhṛidaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ. I am the closest to all the beings. I am the closest friend. Jñātvā māṁ śhāntim ṛichchhati. One who gets to know this, one who realizes this reality, that it is I who is the ultimate owner of all these yajñas and austerities that people are doing. It is I who am the ultimate ruler of all these worlds and universes. It is I who is the most beloved friend of all the beings. Jñātvā, one who knows this. Śhāntim ṛichchhati. He attains the ultimate peace. Knowing this to be the reality, knowing this true nature of mind, true nature of the Lord, and then performing all the actions. Then the person who is performing the actions, śhāntim ṛichchhati, he attains the ultimate peace. Having known me as the Lord of yajñas and asceticisms, of the austerities, having known me as the ruler of all the worlds, and having known me as the closest friend of all the beings, he, the yati, the muni, the buddha, he attains peace. Śhāntim ṛichchhati. It is through the grace of the Lord that the earnest souls take the performance of yajñas and practice of asceticism. Why try to do sadhana? Suddenly we get a call from the divine. It is only through the Lord's grace, it is only through the grace of the Divine Mother that the spiritual aspirants, they hear that call and they start performing japa, they start performing meditation, they start performing charities, all these things, all these austerities, all this japa and tapa and all these yajnas for that matter, all the activities that are done through to achieve these particular austerities. All this is done by the grace of the Lord, by the grace of the divine. The Lord again is the goal of their great endeavors. Why we seek liberation? The spiritual aspirants. What is the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is nothing but to realize our oneness with the Lord. That is the ultimate. The ultimate objective of any spiritual aspirant is to become one with the chosen deity. Whether with form, without form, whichever path we may follow, the path of jnana or karma or sannyasa for that matter. Any path, the jnana or karma, leads us towards sannyasa and reaching that ultimate goal of being one with the divine. He is the overlord of the entire universe. Not only does he rule over all, but also protects them as their genuine friends. He says, I am a suhṛidaṁ. I am the closest to your heart. But with the veil of delusion, with the veil of ignorance, you have closed down our nearness. You have gone so far away. Don't go away. I am very close to you. Suhṛidaṁ, I am the closest to your heart. The closest of the friends of all the beings. They, through ignorance, they don't realize that. But one who realizes this, that's what Sri Krishna says. One who realizes this, śhāntim ṛichchhati, he attains the ultimate peace. He resides as conscience in the hearts of all beings and assigns the fruits of their various activities. This fellow is sitting there within us, very much a part of us. He is much nearer to us than anything in the world, anything in this creation. He is watching us. What all we are doing, he is watching us. And he gives the fruits to our activities, to all the actions that we are doing. He decides. This fellow has done this thing, he should get this. This fellow has done this good act, he should get this. He is the decider. He is the deciding authority who is sitting there right closest to our heart in this center of anahata. As karma emanates from him, knowledge and wisdom also come to beings from him. The Muni who gives his ceaseless thought to these divine glories of the Lord gains supreme peace. That is what happens to the seers. That is what happens to the enlightened souls. Having understood the true controller, who is making us run around, who is getting us involved in so many activities, why we are doing so many works, why we are so active. He is getting it done. We are mere instruments. And once we get this understanding that we are mere instruments, there is no point in getting attached to what we are doing. There is no point in seeking after the fruits of the action. Karma phalatyagaha. There is no greater renunciation than these two. The moment we get rid of these two, the desire for work, the desire again comes. Desire makes us work. So Krishna in the last few verses, in the last few shloka, he has told us, get rid of the desire. Be away from greed, lust, anger, fear. No one is going to stop you from getting that ultimate realization of being one with the Brahman, of being one with the Paramatma. And Sri Krishna says, I am that. Foolishly people think they are doing all these things. No. I am the ruler of all the actions, all the yajñas and tapas. I am the closest of your friend. I am the controller of all the universes. Realize this. Have a true conviction of this, that I am the ultimate. Then such realizers, people of such enlightenment, people who get this illumination, they attain the ultimate peace. So that was the Sannyasa Yoga, a wonderful teaching of how to renounce our ownership of the work and attachment to the work that Sri Krishna taught us in this particular fifth adhyaya. Iti Srimad Bhagavadgītāsupanishatsu brahmavidyāyām yogashastre Sri Krishnārjuna samvāde Sannyāsa yogo nama panchamodhyāyah. In the Upanishad of the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita is the Upanishad. In the Upanishad of the Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge of Brahman, the supreme, the science of yoga, and the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, Sri Krishnārjuna samvāde, Sannyāsa yogo nama panchamodhyayah. This is the Panchama Adhyaya, the fifth Adhyaya, fifth chapter that we read about, which is known as Sannyasa Yoga. So that makes completion of reading of the fifth Adhyaya of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishnārjuna. Jai Sri Ram Krishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swami.